Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to this new video of the Success Secret with Gomez Agu. I have one question for you. Do you have a job? And if you have a job, do you like your job? Please leave your answer below in comments. And if you're not bold enough to leave your answer below, particularly if the answer is no, then don't worry, you can keep it in your heart because you will not be the only one who does not like his or her job. Mind you that more than half of the workers do not like their job. Actually, some surveys have shown that actually almost 85% of the people working do not like their job. And that's quite interesting because most people at the very beginning, when they start a job, usually they like it. But for some reason, at some point, those people start not liking the job. So why some people do not like their jobs? There are many reasons why people do not like their jobs. The first reason can be the boss. Sometimes some people unfortunately have very poor managers, very poor managers who are huge source of stress, uncertainty, weak and bad guidance, bad predictability, which leads the worker to start disliking the job and at some point even hating the job. The other reason could be colleagues. Sometimes you deal with colleagues who are either lazy, gossipers, or not focused enough or not competent enough, making you worrying too much, making you being stressed out, making you feel under appreciated. The other reason could be the money, the salary. It's quite interesting to see that usually when you start a job, you get the pay and it feels like it's a great pay. Maybe at the time you are single, so basically the salary seems enough. You don't have a family, you don't have social responsibilities, so it's okay. And then you start building a family, you start having some social responsibility, and suddenly the salary becomes very small. The other reason why some people do not like their jobs is the career prospect. In many jobs, many people do not see what there would be in 5, 10 years or 15 years. The other reason could also be that at the beginning you like the job and then you discover a new passion or you discover a new job which seems more attractive, more interesting. And then slowly you start liking a bit more the new passion, spending a bit more time with the new passion, and then at some point you start disliking the current job or even hating the current job. Question for you that I'm going to answer: why is it a problem when you don't like your job? I'm going to spend my time on two major issues when you don't like a job. The first one is, if you don't like your job, you're going to be an underperformer, and it's going to make you even hating your job even more. Why? Because when you don't like the job to start with, you will not have enough passion, enough drive, enough strength to perform, to push yourself, to give your best. And you will not, and because you will not be giving your best, your boss will not be happy, your colleagues will not be happy. And then because the boss is not happy, because the colleagues are not happy, you don't get, well rewarded at the end of the year. You don't get a good grade. Hence, you're getting a low pay or a low bonus. And then you start hating that because you find that it's unfair. And then you become even more dissatisfied. And then you do less, you underperform even less. And then the job gets even unhappier with the colleagues. And then you get even slower pay or slower pay increase, and then it goes like that, and at some point you get into this vicious circle where you become completely a terrible underperformer, even though you have all the skills, the competencies, and the talent to be a great performer. So that's one problem. The second problem, which is even more serious if you really don't care about how well you perform at a job or not, the second issue is really your health. Yeah, well, you heard it right, your health. First health issue that you might have if you don't like your job, you will notice that sometimes you get sleepless. You don't have good sleep. After work, when you go back home, you have hard time finding sleep, because while you in the bed trying to sleep, your brain is still processing all the negative energy, all the negative feelings that you had during the job, during the day. And that can really create this vicious cycle where you don't get enough sleep, you're stressed out at the job, you don't perform well, and you have all those negative feelings. You come back home and then you still have some sleep issues. The other issue that not liking your job can create is the loss of appetite. The other issue of not liking your job can be a lot of stress. When you're really stressed out, you have a boss that you don't like, and you don't like the boss because at some point you don't like first the job, and then you start associating this feeling to the boss, to the presence of the boss, of the colleagues. Here is the issue: you spend a lot of time with those people, so every time you meet them, you have this whole body which becomes super nervous. Your whole body will become super nervous, and then you have this whole feeling, you feel really tense during the entire day. So the whole stress will start creating some pain in your muscles, some pain in your stomach, some huge issue with digestion, and then you can end up having an issue of high blood pressure. And that can be a serious problem, because we all know that high blood pressure can lead to very serious disease like heart attack. And the last issue which you might face is depression. Depression can be a very serious condition when you don't like your job, because first you start with being unhappy, and then you start feeling that the future is very bleak for you, because you don't see how you're going to become someone. You start losing interest in the other areas of your life. You become even more depressed. And if you do not get help, if you do not get family help, practitioners, medical practitioner help, you can really end up finding your situation in this vicious cycle where many people have found themselves and have committed the fateful act. Based on what we just discussed, what should you do if you don't like your job to avoid all those potential issues with work and, more importantly, with your health? We're going to discuss that next week in the second part of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you liked it. If you did like it, please like it, comment, and more importantly, share for your beloved and your friends so that they can also benefit from this content. Live bold, trust yourself, trust God, stay blessed, and see you next week. Bye.